Why is it that one of the most powerful parts of a BNI chapter meeting is also one of the first things that members love to water down? Now I'm talking about the I have portion of the meeting. You know, that place where members focus on giving. They stand up, share what they have for one another. Now, over the years, I've noticed members love to expand what's included in this. They slowly start adding things to this portion of the meeting, like one-to-one, CEUs, thank you for closed business. Heck, I've even seen things like chapter announcements or networking activities added here. And while all those things may be important, there's a big problem that develops. The more things we add to this part of the meeting, the less powerful it becomes. So let's talk about what actually belongs in the I have portion of the meeting, and more importantly, why. So let's start with something simple. Every member gets 2 opportunities to participate during the chapter meeting. The first time you stand up, it's all about you. It's your weekly presentation, your business, your referral requests. This is your opportunity to teach a chapter how they can help you. And that's obviously important. But the second time you stand up, that should be about someone else, not you. And that's where the I have portion of the meeting really comes in. So another way to think about this is that the first speaking portion of the meeting is all about gaining, and the second portion of the meeting is all about giving value. So the first thing that belongs in the I have portion meeting is pretty obvious. It's a referral. And this is why we're all there in the first place. The moment you hand another member a referral, you've potentially created an opportunity for them to build and really grow their business. And for the receiver, that's obviously pretty exciting and pretty impactful for them. But this also encourages other members to pass referrals, which creates more energy and more momentum for the chapter as a whole. This is also hugely impactful for the visitors in the room. They leave that meeting wondering how they can get a piece of that action. So the second thing that belongs in that I have portion of the meeting is a testimonial. And if a testimonial is really delivered well, it can be way more powerful than people realize, because a great testimonial does several things all at once. It recognizes another member, it builds their credibility, it educates the chapter, and it creates confidence. So think about it. When someone shares a real experience working with another member, everyone listens, they learn something really valuable. They begin to understand what that member does and how they solve the problems and what kind of client is a really good fit for them. Testimonials create future referrals, and that's why they belong in this portion of the meeting. Now, here's where members get into a lot of trouble. They really want to add something of value this week, but their schedule may have been a little bit crazy, so they failed to prepare in advance. So instead, they stand up and they start adding things because they want to contribute. And every added item sounds reasonable at first. You know, sharing a one-to-one, okay, that makes sense. Sharing CEUs, that sounds reasonable as well. But eventually, the focus starts to drift away from what really matters, adding value. Referrals and testimonials are the only 2 things that do that in the moment. They immediately add value to another member. All of the other things that people share, they don't do that. Many members mistakenly turn this section of the meeting agenda into an activity report, and that is simply not ever what it was meant to be. An activity report doesn't create that same immediate impact. So here's a filter I like to use. Before sharing something during the I have portion of the meeting, ask yourself this. Does this immediately create value for another member? If the answer is yes, it's probably a referral or a testimonial. If the answer is no, it probably belongs somewhere else entirely. That simple question eliminates most of the confusion. So let's keep this simple. The first time you stand up in the meeting, it's all about you. But the second time you stand up, it should be about giving. Giving a referral, giving a testimonial. Both create immediate value in the moment. So that's what makes this part of the meeting so powerful. And that's why the strongest chapters protect it and don't let it get watered down. So the next time you're in a chapter meeting, pay attention to the I have portion of the meeting and ask yourself, are we creating immediate value, or are we simply sharing an activity report? Because only one of those creates real opportunity and more referrals. And if you found this helpful, share it with a leadership team or a member who wants to create a stronger, more valuable chapter meeting. And if you want to learn how to give referrals and testimonials that actually generate results, check out this next video right here, and I'll see you soon.